Before we get into his story, we want to take a quick detour to the opening ceremony of the Olympics.
Wait. Did something happen at the Olympics, Chris? I'm not familiar.
We'll inform you.
Oh, okay.
I think you must live under a rock.
That could. I mean, I know the Olympics are supposed to be on right now this time of year, but I turned it on and that wasn't the Olympics.
Yeah, it was like a cartoon with like a naked blue guy or something. What was that?
Yes.
Was that the Olympics?
A naked Papa Smurf.
I'll give everyone's got 1 minute. Mike, you're first. Go.
Well, first of all, I've been trying to confirm that I wasn't being led down the fake news path with the guy exposing his testicles up there, with the blue guy laying in the fruit, singing, and then all these transvestites. And man, it was all scrubbed from the internet. So I couldn't ever verify that what everybody was showing was actually shown on TV. And a friend of ours has Peacock. She looked through it, and there was only a brief snippet of them showing the for lack of a better word, obese lady at the center, that was wearing the crown thing. So I couldn't ever confirm whether or not this occurred, but the universal condemnation of it across all platforms told me that it was probably true. Eric, were you able to confirm anything, or what do you think?
No. First of all, just my 1 minute, real quick, my 1 minute little snippet is that the video that they showed of the year that Muhammad Ali came out, dude could barely walk and he lit the torch. We all remember that, dude. And because the Olympics are fun to watch. I mean, it's cool to watch the competition and people compete for their countries and those special moments like the Muhammad Ali. And then you fast forward to today or yesterday, what happened? We've completely lost our way, completely and totally. But no, I have not been able to confirm the validity of that picture. I saw it on X. I'm like, this has got to be Photoshopped. But then if you watch all of it, is it really Photoshopped?
I saw a video clip where they were hanging out, but I wanted to see it like the whole thing and just organically, like I'm looking and I'm like, oh, there it is, but instead of it just being a clip.
Yeah. Well, I haven't watched the whole thing, and I'm not going to. I'm so glad I DVR'd it because I was wanting to watch some of the competitions and some of the sports. Man, it's just gross, dude. I mean, what redeeming value at all was there in any of that? It was, in my mind, it's strictly done for one reason and one reason only. That's to shove it in our face. To absolutely make fun of everything we hold dear and true, and say that this is our world now, not yours. Because I think one of the guys off Undaunted Life said it best. If they'd have done that to any other religion in the world, there'd have been an outcry and people would have got hurt or killed over it.
Yeah.
So it's sad, man.
All I'd say is it's kind of like what Eric said is, and Olympics years gone past with Muhammad Ali, how inspiring and how amazing that was. And your heart was full of pride when you saw him fight through his disease and his battle to go up there to light that torch. How awesome that was. And then to fast forward, even England, the way they did it with James Bond and the Queen and how awesome that was. And it showed pride in their country and pride in some of the things that they did. And then I haven't seen any of what y'all are talking about. I've just seen snippets of it, like Mike said. And I'm so disappointed and unimpressed with it that I really, at this point, I have no aspirations to watch anything Olympic related just because I think just like with anything else, you give it any kind of attention, you're letting them have the attention. And that's not where we should be. That they can have it. What's going to happen to them is going to happen to them. But it's gross. And I will concede the rest of my time to you, Chris. You can have the rest of my time.
I feel bad for the athletes, the ones that train so hard to get there, and people are going to, like you said, they're not going to watch, even if it's a Christian dude competing from the USA in diving or basketball or whatever. They're not going to watch that person because of what France did at the beginning, Paris did at the beginning of the ceremony. And
Well,
I've struggled with this, man, because like Christians are making absolute fools of themselves on social media, for one, and I don't think that's absolutely not how Jesus would handle the situation. And so on both sides, it makes everybody look terrible. The way Christians are handling it, what they did's terrible. There's no good thing coming out of it at all.
well, I will say this. If this is one way to, I don't know, see the glass half full, the French have always been this way. If you recall back to when you're reading about the Revolutionary War days, when Ben Franklin would go over to Paris, you would find Ben, when they would come, visitors would come, he'd be surrounded with all those weird looking women made up with that super white makeup. And I don't know if you've ever seen some pictures of that era, but you got to think in that era what that kind of person would have looked like to a biblical America at that time. Very conservative. They were white with bright red lipstick makeup and over the top hair and their chests hanging out. Old Ben loved to go over there and hang out with the ladies over there. And the French have always been this way, and they have obviously are going to continue this. So it's really been that way since our founding with the French. So if that makes anybody feel any better, it's always been that way. And old Ben went over there and partook